local news. Fox 17 Morning News at 7 starts right now.
Foggy morning in place after a little bit of rain overnight. We've got a cooler week ahead. Details up next.
A multi-vehicle crash on I-96 is causing a backup. We'll have a full update on your morning traffic conditions in just a moment.
A business fire caused by lightning. High winds blow a plane off a runway, plus hail and some spectacular lightning displays and some spring storms that hit West Michigan last night.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It is 7 o'clock. I'm Mike Avery.
And I'm Deanna Falzone. Of course, we are live and local for the next couple of hours here. Felt more like summer yesterday, but the temperatures cooling down some.
Really nice for lacrosse practice. It was very nice.
Yeah, wasn't it good?
Yeah, it's lovely out. Sure was.
That's not going to stay that way, though,
No,
Avery.
I know. That's what I hear.
No, it's going to be a great week for it ahead, but we're seeing a little bit of rain moving off and on here. Today, no rain. We're done with the rain now that it's moved through overnight. We have fog, and we're transitioning from that warmer air mass to the cooler one. You felt that a little bit last night. There's the fog in Muskegon as a result. Battle Creek is getting a little bit on the foggier side, but not the dense fog. And then in Coldwater, look at the sunshine. So it really depends on where you're at this moment. Under a mile visibility in Grand Rapids. We've got under a half a mile in South Haven and Benton Harbor. Our visibilities are going down in Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, and I would expect them to continue to trend down here over the next several hours. That will be the case to some degree in Coldwater as well. We flash on what's going on yesterday. You saw a lot of lightning. We saw some hail up to golf ball size. And then moving forward, here's what's going on. We've gone down a degree right now in Grand Rapids. We're at 48. We've held it steady at 42, and we're at about 42 or 43 in South Haven and Benton Harbor. Our temps have gone down about 10 degrees recently in Kalamazoo. Expect these numbers to go down throughout the morning as that colder air settles in. Winds out of the north and northwest right now, even out of the northeast in Big Rapids. It's going to bring some cooler air, 54 degrees today with some late day sun. 60 tomorrow, rainy on Thursday, clearer for Friday. In a few minutes, we'll bring you a little bit more about when the fog's expected to lift today and when we're going to see a little bit more rain for Thursday ahead.
In Fox 17 traffic, a four-vehicle crash is part of the problems this morning. But there is good news. There aren't any problems in being on time northbound 131. But southbound 131, of course, getting into the construction, very slow from Pine Island Drive, close to Post Drive, all the way down into the construction. But also a four-car crash plus another crash at Cascade. Eastbound 96 is very slow from Cascade down to around Forest Hill Avenue. And also in the Battle Creek area, you're going to have slower than normal traffic on 194 between Columbia Avenue and Capitol Avenue, both directions. This one is a long-term project into June. We checked the MDOT camera at Lake Michigan Drive, looking pretty good coming around the bend. Eastbound is usually a little heavier than this about this time of day. This time of day being at about 7:03. I'm Rob Westerby, Fox 17 Traffic.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. New this morning, the severe weather caused a handful of issues around West Michigan, including two incidents in South Haven. Around 9:45 last night, lightning struck Lakeshore Appliances on County Road 380 and Blue Star Highway. These pictures come from South Haven Emergency Services. When crews arrived, flames were already showing, and while the business has extensive damage, there were no injuries at the scene. Around that same time, a single-engine airplane was blown off the runway while attempting to land at South Haven Area Regional Airport. It happened during the height of the storm that moved in. Fortunately, there were no injuries. It's not clear how much damage was done to that plane. The weather impacted areas all around West Michigan, and we're starting to see some great viewer photos and videos. From some spectacular lightning displays in Plainwell to hail in Allendale. You'll find a lot of fantastic shots on our Facebook page. As usual, if you happen to snap some pics or record a clip of your own, feel free to share them and we may use them on the air.
It's another big day for presidential hopefuls on the campaign trail today. Voters will head to the polls in 5 states along the eastern seaboard. And in this unusual election year, every primary counts. Annie Satowski is live in studio this morning with a preview. Annie?
Good morning to you, Deanna. Maryland, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Delaware, 5 states that rarely get a lot of attention during primary season. But as you mentioned, every delegate count can make or break a candidate at this point in the race. There are 170 472 total delegates at stake for the Republicans in today's contest, and this is a very big one for the Dems. A whopping 384 delegates are up for grabs there. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are favored to be big winners in this round. And on some more big news heading into today, that unusual alliance between Senator Ted Cruz and Governor John Kasich agreeing to lose intentionally in 3 different caucuses in the coming months, all to prevent Trump from getting the GOP nomination. Clinton and Senator Bernie Sanders, meantime, each focusing their attacks very differently.
When Donald Trump and Ted Cruz say some of the things they say, it's not only offensive, it can be dangerous.
Secretary Clinton and I have a difference of opinion. Secretary Clinton disagrees, and I continue to challenge Secretary Clinton.
Well, after today, 64% of all the Democratic delegates and 79% of all the Republican delegates will have been allocated. And of course, be sure to keep it right here on Fox 17 as those results come in later on this evening. In studio, Annie Satowski, Fox 17 News.
Today marks a somber anniversary in Muskegon County. It's been 3 years since Jessica Herring had disappeared while at work. The young mother was 25 at the time. She vanished while working the late shift alone at the Exxon gas station in Norton Shores. Police say her money and car were left behind and that they believe she was abducted. The gas station didn't have security cameras, but a camera on a nearby business caught a silver minivan on the road the night she went missing. Still, there's been no sign of her or any arrests. There is a reward of more than $20,000 for any information that leads to her.
His 1-year-old son was found dead at a home in Tennessee, and now a father from West Michigan is heartbroken as family members believe there is more to the situation than they're being told. Mason Snyder was found dead at his mother's home in Tennessee, where she lived with her boyfriend Les Miller, you see him there, who's already in jail on unrelated charges. Preliminary autopsy results suggest Mason died as a result of shaken baby syndrome. Now, we spoke to Mason's mother about how the death is resulting in more questions.
I would never do it to my baby, and I know Les would never hurt that baby. Because he's seen these 2 boys like his own. They called him Dad.
Mason's mother, Samantha, moved out of state for a fresh start. Her boyfriend, Les Miller, is currently wanted in Michigan for a parole violation in February. Mason's biological father, Nick Snyder of Van Buren County, is trying to bring Mason's ashes and their 4-year-old son, Bentley, back to Michigan.
Some of the top officials in Governor Snyder's administration testified in Lansing over the Flint water crisis, and one of them took heed for a slow response to a public health threat. Yesterday, the head of the Department of Health and Human Services said that a Legionnaires outbreak in the Flint area didn't cause much of a concern for him in 2014. The issue came back up again in 2015, and 4 months after that, he alerted Governor Snyder about the cases. Overall, at least 91 cases of the disease were detected over a 17-month period, and some experts linked the outbreak to Flint's lead-tainted water. For more on yesterday's hearing, just go to fox17online.com.
All right, 8 minutes after 7, still ahead.
Jackie Green is hanging out with the Grand Rapids Griffins this morning. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, good morning. I'm putting my ice skating skills to the test. They're not very good. Almost fell. But it's game 1 for the Griffins for playoffs, and we'll have more coming up.